Hello out there, man. Y'all know who it is, man. It's your boy A1 Forever, Smitty Sports Machine.
Yes, sir.
Uh, we
You know what time?
gonna give y'all a little good feature today, man. Quick Atlanta Hawks basketball. Talk a little Hawks basketball. Been a great offseason for the Hawks, in my opinion. I feel like they did a lot to make this team better. We'd like to welcome our good friend Bob Rathbun in to talk some Hawks basketball with us and give y'all a little bit of his thoughts on how the Hawks offseason is going so far. Bob, if you would like to introduce yourself, do so.
My pleasure. Always good to join you, gents.
Yes,
And I
sir.
am Bob Rathbun, the TV voice of the Atlanta Hawks, and I cannot wait to get this new season going.
I'm talking about it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Bob is looking all healthy, looking like he's ready for basketball, looking like he probably don't hit some basketball this summer. Man, I enjoy what I'm seeing, man. And just, going into this season, Bob, like you're
Uh
entering,
huh.
I believe, like your 29th season as the Hawks
30th.
voice. 30th. See what I'm saying? See, so I'm
30th.
behind. Let me catch up. Let me catch up. Yes, your 30th season as the voice of
Yes.
the Hawks play by play. I got, you know what? I got to ask you a question. I'm not sure if anyone's ever asked you this before, but from dating back from day one all the way to now, how has calling these Hawks games like evolved from you, from the different stations and networks, different personnels and people that you've met? Like, how has it evolved for you?
Well, it has been so much fun. That's number one. I've been blessed to be with great friends and great partners. I started with the Stinger, Mike Glenn, and all these guys that have sat next to me have turned out to be lifelong buddies. Whether it's Stinger or Smitty, Steve Smith, who did the games with us, Grant Long, and of course
Right.
Neek's been by my side. This is our 16th year together with the Hall of Famer, so that really makes it fun to come to work. This really isn't work. I mean, when you're doing something you love like this and you're in the game. But I think the one thing that I've enjoyed the most has been the interaction with the Hawks fans. This fan base is as knowledgeable and as passionate as any in the NBA. It takes a lot to be a Hawks fan because we've broken our fans' hearts so often, but they keep coming back, and all they
Absolutely.
want to do is see this team win. And I think this year we're going to give them a team they will be very proud of.
And speaking of evolving, the Hawks made a front office move, one that I actually love, and it's
Uh-huh.
evolving as we speak. Um, how good of a job do you think Ansi has done so far?
Well, I kidded Steve Koonin after he made all the trades at the end of June, and it was the last day I think of June when he made the deals, and I sent an email to Steve Koonin, our CEO, and I said, "Is it too late to nominate Ansi for Employee of the Month for June?" He has done a whale of a job. We're just
Absolutely.
many of us are just getting to know Ansi. He's only been with us, 3 years, 2.5, and he's really sharp, very very smart. He's as personable, and I think the fans will really get to know him and enjoy him. He's really down to earth.
Right.
He's got a great plan. He's working the plan. I think the union of Ansi and Quinn is going great and will continue to be great. Everybody is, rowing in the same direction. I think the front office is in good a shape as it's been in years, and that's no knock at anybody else. I just think it's a wonderful partnership with Ansi and Quinn.
Absolutely. And of course, adding more depth into the offseason as well in the front office, bringing guys over that has veteran experience in this NBA, as well as, Anzi himself saying that he went to law school. I feel like that, plays a part in him knowing how to work that salary cap. He's been tinkering it, and like the man knows what he's doing. And you can tell because we have a revamped roster. Our bench is revamped. And I want to know, Bob, how do you assess the depth and the chemistry of this Hawk squad moving into the 25-26 season after these
Uh,
moves that he's made?
well, Chris, I'm very excited. I think we've got a team that, it's going to win. We're going to win a lot of games, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll be in the playoffs, and it's going to be great. But I must say that for the outside world of the NBA, the notion that unless you're competing for a championship, you don't really rate bothers me. This is professional basketball. It's not college football where there's only a handful of teams that compete for a championship. It's not the NFL. This is the NBA. And if you win, in my opinion, if a team wins 50 games and secures home court in the first round of the playoffs, you've had an amazing season.
Absolutely.
And I think that's where we are. I think a realistic goal for this team is to finish in the top 4 and win 50 or more games. Whether we get there or not, we'll see. A lot of luck, a lot of health has to come into that. But I think we've got the kind of ball club that can do just that if we can keep everybody healthy. If we've got Jalen Johnson, Dyson, Trey, Ricochet, Onyeka, and you add in what we've added in, for a guy like Porzingis, for Nikhil Walker, Alexander Walker, for Luke Kennard to come in and fill that bogey role, shooting the threes off the bench. The return of a Kobe Buffkin, a guy that we really haven't seen in 2 years, to solidify the backup point guard position. These are the kinds of things that give you the depth to win 50 and get through the long haul of 82 games. So I think we're sitting in great shape. I really do.
Absolutely. And one of the Hawks' biggest moves this offseason to me was to trade in the NBA draft. And they still got the guy they wanted. If that sounds familiar, it sounds familiar for the Falcons. But Asa Newell, they took Asa Newell in the first round. How do you see him fit in with what the Hawks have? Even though I know they've needed front court help for some time, how do you feel like he fits in with what the Hawks like to do?
Well, my dream scenario, and this is just me talking, I have no idea what the team is planning, but I would love to see him start the year at College Park and get a few games under his belt, thinking that Porzingis will be reasonably healthy at the beginning of the year. Now he's playing for Latvia in Eurobasket coming up, so he'll be in shape and ready to go at the start of the season, and I think he's in really good shape. His illness seems to be a thing of the past. But I would like Asa to get some seasoning and then bring him up and spot play him from time to time and let him get his feet wet. He's 1 year out of college, 2 years out of high school. I don't want the expectations to, really get out ahead of him. But he had a great summer, a fantastic summer league. He's a sponge. He's eaten up everything we're giving him. He's going to be ready to help this ball club. I think it'll be a gradual process, sort of like the way they, have brought Jalen along, like they brought Onyeka along. That's the same kind of trajectory I see for Asa Newell. I think he's a wonderful talent, and he probably, when all is said and done, if he continues to improve like he has, I think he could way outperform his draft slot. For a kid like that at 23, the draft slot at 23, man, I think the sky's the limit for him.
Love it. And we're talking about, speaking of being the sky's the limit, having oppos, aka opportunities. Tell me, how do you feel a year removed now about Dyson Daniels?
Oh my God. Well, he should have been Defensive Player of the Year. I mean,
absolutely.
Yes.
There's such a bias toward big men.
Say it, Bob.
That has to take, right? I mean, what he did was literally off the charts. Since they were tracking steals, he averaged over 3 steals a game. That hasn't been done since Alvin Robertson.
That's been a while.
Since they started tracking deflections, I mean, he lapped the whole league.
He did
with deflections. He took on our toughest wing assignment every night. Relished the role.
Yes.
Loves being a defensive stopper, and now in Nikhil, we got one just like him on the other
Mm-hmm.
side of the floor,
Right.
who is a great 3-point shooter to boot. But Dyson Daniels, I love. I was listening to Tim Legler on a podcast yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and he's poo-pooing the Hawks and thought we were going to underperform. And he said Dyson Daniels has hit his ceiling as an offensive player.
Ouch.
What? What?
At
Nah.
What are
22?
you talking about? At 22
No.
years old?
No.
The quantum leap that he made from his last year in New Orleans to this year? No,
Right.
this guy, he's starting to come on strong now. And I think he's just going to have a world of confidence behind him this year. He's going to his shooting will get so much better. And that's one thing, guys, that I think really gets lost in the sauce. And
Mhm.
that's our developmental coaches.
Yes.
These guys,
Absolutely.
man, I'm telling you what, when they get their hands on people, the improvement you see is second to none. This staff took Onyeka from a bench guy to a starter. They took Dyson Daniels from a bench guy in New Orleans and turned him into a star defensively.
Yep.
And the offense is getting better and better. And watch what happens this year to Zachary Richichet.
Yep. That's what I'm.
Same thing. 1 year in with the team, and now he has redone his body. He looks like the Incredible Hulk, and you'll see him in Eurobasket for France coming up in a couple of weeks. You won't recognize him if you haven't seen the pictures.
No,
And
I've seen it.
he's going to have a breakout season. Look at what they did for Jalen Johnson. I mean,
Right.
Oh yeah.
I think
Oh, yeah.
Giannis, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Giannis was the only 20, 10, and 5 guy in the league last year.
Absolutely.
And Jalen was right there before he got hurt. And he
Yeah,
only played
it was.
36 games. So we've got a fantastic coaching staff. I can't say that enough. How good these men and women are. Just tremendous. They work so hard to get these guys better, and we've done that. And I think
I agree.
we're really in great shape to watch progress like Dyson, like Zach, these young guys, and wait till they get their hands on these new people and get
Mhm.
them in the system. Wait till you see what Quinn and the guys do with Porzingis, with
Right.
Nikhil, with
Right.
Luke Kennard, with
Absolutely.
Asa. It's just going to be fascinating, and I can't wait to watch it unfold.
Bob, you got to
Absolutely.
let me know how the conversation between Kyle Korver and Luke Kennard go, because man, I know that's going to be such a treat
Right,
just to be close to.
right.
Yeah.
Those
Kindred
Yeah.
start shooting.
spirits.
Yeah, man. What you got, Smitty?
Uh, we speaking of what they brought in and the move they made and how they're, I think going to transition to being a better team. Is there still one more move out there that they could make to add to this team to take it to another level?
Uh-huh. I think everybody in the East would love one more big. They're in short supply. Um, and I think one of the biggest questions going into camp is can Bufkin be that backup point guard?
Mm-hmm.
You've watched the Hawks every day like I do, and you know that when Trey comes off the floor these past couple of years, the offense craters. I don't
Yes.
think that's going to happen this year. Whether Bufkin, take Kobe out of the mix
Mhm.
with Porzingis and Alexander Walker and Kennard and these people, we're not going to have the cratering of the offense like we had in the past. Beat's still going to be a very key component off the bench.
Absolutely.
But I think the big question is if Kobe can come in and be that backup point guard that they envisioned when they drafted him, man, I think that's going to make the bench hum. So Trey doesn't have to be out there all the time.
Yeah.
Um, I think that's probably our biggest question going into camp. Can he maintain his health? Because that's been the big thing. He's stayed hurt with the shoulder injuries.
True.
If he could do that, man, I think we got a solid ball club.
And speaking of that, just on a side conversation, I believe that people are not giving Muhammad Gay enough credit basically playing in a season that he was not scheduled to play in, coming out of from College Park. Now, of course, people can talk about his shooting or whatnot, but again, he wasn't necessarily supposed to play. He was kind of thrust out there due to
Right.
injuries. Can you talk about like Muhammad Gay's development and seeing how significant it was that he was not on the summer league team and how much the Atlanta Hawks must value him?
Yeah, I wouldn't read anything into the summer league at all.
Okay.
Mo's been around a couple of years, played a lot of basketball. The
Hmm.
staff knows they know what they're doing with who's playing and who's not. They held Zachary out
Right.
um, because he's playing,
Absolutely.
in Eurobasket. I think with Mo, I think the big question is the physicality aspect.
Hmm.
The man's got a lot of talent. There's no question about that. They moved up to draft him. Think the world of him.
Hmm.
And I think the big question is, where do we play him that we can get the most out of him? He's not, he doesn't weigh enough to be a five. He just doesn't. He doesn't have that physique,
Right.
but
Agreed.
he can play the four and he can stretch it at the four. I think it's a matter of development. Wouldn't shock me to see him at College Park some, given the depth that we have. Um, but by the same token, I think, one of the toughest things for young people in the league that don't have uh, that many games played under their belts
Hmm.
is when you're on a good, deep team, how do you get minutes? How do you develop your game
Great
when you
question.
got a bunch of guys in front of you who are, solidly entrenched in the rotation? I think the
Right.
hardest thing to do in a league is stay ready as a bench guy. I mean,
Oh
that is the hardest thing to do because you don't know if you're going to get 5 minutes or 15 or 25.
yeah.
And how do
Right.
you stay ready? So I think that's one of the big challenges for Bo, but he's a valued member of this rotation for sure. Beats the same thing. How's he going to be able to carve out time in that rotation? Because with Buffkin back, opportunities to be a ball handler and a playmaker are sort of reduced. But where's he going to fit in? So these are problems you love to have because you got too many guys for
Right.
not enough minutes, and that's a good problem to have. But that's what gets you through the 82. Guys are going to get hurt. Guys are going to get sick. You're going to need to be ready and stay ready because that's the 82 game season. It's coming. So that's why you want to have as much depth as you possibly can and as much shooting off that bench. Sort of like baseball, you can't have enough pitching. Well, it's the same thing in the NBA. You can't have enough shooting.
You're right. Right. Okay, Bob. I feel like we've warmed up enough. I know you've been hearing the reports. I know you've been seeing Windhurst. I know you've been probably hearing maybe Spears lately. The tabloids are talking about Trey Young right now, and the
Right.
reports are about his extension. I don't have to get all the way into it. I know you know about it by now. What Hawks fans are wanting to know: how confident should they be about the Hawks front office making this deal get done?
1,000%.
Okay, now.
I wouldn't worry. I don't lose a second of sleep thinking about the front office with Ansi and Quinn. I that let them handle their business. 100%. Listen, this thing
Okay.
kind of takes a life of its own. He's a star. He's seeing other guys in his draft class or other extension eligible players get deals done. But
Right.
remember, he's got a player option for next season
Hey,
Absolutely.
for
well,
26, 27. That changes things. You got him for 2 more years. And if you sign him, I believe if I correct me if I'm wrong, but I think if he waits, he can get even more money next summer.
oh,
Yeah,
most
he can. He can.
So,
yeah, most definitely.
you know, I, Trey's not going anywhere, and I think they'll get it done. Um, it wouldn't shock me if they did it before this season. I just don't worry about that stuff because I have total faith and confidence in Trey, his representation in Ansi, in Quinn, I don't worry about it for 1 second.
Hey, you heard it here, Hawks fans. You heard it here. And my thing is, Bob, you're close to the
guys,
team.
I have no inside information. I have no idea what they're talking about. But as a Hawks fan, and I say this to you guys, and I say it to all Hawks fans that are listening, don't worry about it. Don't pay attention to social media. Don't pay attention to, the Mark Spears of the world and everybody that thinks they know everything, Brian Windhorst, and all the rest of them. Don't just let it go. Take the scenic route. Let it go in one ear and out the other.
I love it. Let
me tell you something. Let me tell you about Windhorst. All right.
Oh, go ahead.
So they start doing their Eastern Conference preview, just to show you how much he thinks about the Hawks. They're doing their Eastern Conference preview. Well, we're going to take the teams. He's with Bontemps and McMahon. We're going to take the teams in alphabetical order. Okay. Let's start. Boston.
So he gonna skip all over Atlanta.
Alphabetical order. And what about Atlanta?
Boy, he missed the whole letter. What he got going?
A's ahead of B, right, in the alphabet.
Yeah.
So take scenic route in one ear,
out the other. Absolutely. And the crazy thing about that, the Hawks played Boston very well last year. That should tell him something.
Oh yeah. Hey, listen.
But
if Keaton Wallace doesn't have the game of his life in Boston, we don't make the cup.
Right. Absolutely.
Because that game ended up being the tiebreaker in our group. Celtics were 3-1. We were 3-1.
Absolutely.
And if we don't win that game in Boston, we don't have a chance to go to New York and beat the Knicks and go to Vegas. So every game matters. Everybody's going to be counted on. I mean, you guys know this. I'm not telling you anything you guys don't know. But I mean, it's amazing how people on the outside think they know more about what's going on than the people on the inside. And it's always amused me.
Yeah.
If they're so smart, why didn't they see Luka's trade coming?
Hey,
to the Lakers.
That's fact.
Did you hear any of them say beforehand?
Nah, that came out of nowhere. Straight out of nowhere.
In the middle of the night. Most people had already went to bed. Then all of a sudden they woke up to
correct.
What?
Correct. So hey, listen, those guys got a job to do. I understand, but I just chuckle. You cannot know more, and probably, and I'm guessing, but I would say the vast majority of the information that they quote unquote report on is fed to them by the agents.
Absolutely.
Right. Absolutely.
1,000%.
And they have a vested interest in getting that story out for their clients. So you have to take all this with a grain of salt. You really do.
Facts. As we head into the upcoming season, what we've done, like I've said, like we've talked about already, with the move they made, I feel like the roster has gotten a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're much better than a play-in tournament team right now. Absolutely. I see us as a top 5 team in the East. What do you think about that?
Well, let's play. Let's see. Obviously, the East is going to be down because 3 big stars are gone.
Yes.
Tatum, Halliburton, and Lillard are not in the East this year and won't be all season. So that makes a difference. That said, Indiana's not going to stop winning. Boston's not going to stop winning. They may not be elite, 60 wins, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But they just play. Do you think the Indiana Pacers forgot how to win?
Nope.
They got a taste of it, and they're going to come back stronger. They get Isaiah Jackson back. They're ready to go. I mean, and it's going to be for Milwaukee, Indiana, Boston. It's going to be a challenge because all they've heard all summer is, "Oh, you guys stink now. You're not going to be as good." Boston got rid of, Tatum's hurt. They got rid of Holiday. They got rid of Porzingis. Stop it. The ones who are there are getting more minutes, and they cannot wait to get on the
Right.
floor to show what they can do. You think
Right.
Peyton Pritchard, he cannot wait to get out there.
Yeah. Yeah. No, serious. And they went and got
I
with
mean,
Anthony Simons. You don't think he's going to get something? Jalen Brown is going to
yes,
get more attention as the feature guy
right.
now.
These
So
guys want to stick it to everybody that's saying they can't win. So
Right.
when you talk about the Hawks, will we be top five? I think so. I think we're a top 6 team, but it's got to come together.
it does.
Absolutely.
These guys have got to play together. Let's all shake hands, and we will reconvene after 20 games. And
Okay.
let's see what it looks like.
I
Because
can roll with that.
after Lenny Wilkins taught me this. Lenny said, wait 20 games before you make any judgment on any team, good or bad,
Good or bad.
because you have to play enough games that your team gets used to one another. They have to go through the fires of home, road, back-to-backs, travel,
Right. Right.
all that. Who gets dinged
Nutrition.
up, who doesn't get dinged up.
Yep.
And
Nutrition.
that's the same with all these other teams.
Absolutely.
Everybody's like, the thing about the East with these injuries, and after Cleveland did a face plant in the playoffs, and New York made a ridiculous coaching change, the thing about it is, ain't nobody scared of nobody in the East.
Facts.
Nobody's scared of Cleveland. Nobody's scared of the Knicks. Nobody's
Right.
scared of, Orlando and all these teams. They're just not, which makes it great because the competition is going to be fantastic. And
Tier.
the games are going to be meaningful right out of the gate. So you ask me, are we top 5? I don't know. I think so. But let's see
Let's
how
wait
it
to see.
goes. Let's see how these
Yeah.
guys fit in together. I think we're going to be really good. I do. I think a worthy goal for this team is to finish top 4 and win 50. Whether we get there or not is another story. But I think that's a reasonable goal for this group to get in the race. We're not going to be in no play-in tournament next year.
That's what. That's
We're
what I'm.
going to be in the playoffs. I feel 100% confident of that.
I'm with
Because
you.
listen, we have 3 clubs behind us that are going to be awful. I mean, Brooklyn and Washington, they've already phoned it in for next year. I mean,
Pretty much.
Washington got these vets to bring in and help the clubhouse. Well, Smart's already gone.
Right.
True.
I mean, they haven't even
Right.
gone to training camp yet. So you got Brooklyn, you got Washington, Charlotte. I'm having a hard time gauging. I think they'll be better, but better for them is probably 30 wins, maybe
Yeah.
35. So we got some clubs behind us. Chicago, are they a playing team?
No.
History shows they're probably finishing around, 10th, 9th, somewhere in there. So
Absolutely.
Right.
I think we're in the top half for sure, and I think if we have a really good year, top 6 is doable.
Absolutely. Okay. I got a question for you. Now you got to choose only one. But if there was a storyline that you could highlight for this upcoming season, would it be player growth, depth contributions, or let's say the emerging chemistry under Coach Snyder?
I would say health.
I like it.
I
Yeah.
think that's the biggest key for this team. We've got to have. Listen, we didn't have Jalen Johnson for over half the season. We still won 40 games.
Yeah, we did.
If you give Quinn a healthy ball club, and by health, I mean no major injuries. So that means we have Trey, we have Dyson, we have Zach, we have Jalen, we have Onyeka, we have Porzingis, we have Nikhil Alexander Walker, we
Yes.
have Luke Kennard, we have Asa Newell. Who am I forgetting?
Man, we
you know,
still got feet.
The core guys. If our core 10 can stay reasonably healthy, then I think all those things you talked about are doable. But in the NBA today, if your frontline guys go down, it's hard to fix it. And it's hard
Right.
to make trades. It's hard with the cap, to fix it. So I think that's my one wish. We stay healthy. I'll take my chances with this group against anybody.
Anybody. I'm with you, Bob. It's 10 toes
We
down.
beat them all. We beat them all last year.
We beat them
How many
all.
times we beat Cleveland? How many times we beat Boston? How many times we beat New York?
Absolutely.
We can play with these guys. We just have to have our guys.
Right.
Facts. But Bob, man, we want to thank you for stopping through to talk with us right quick.
Yes,
We know
sir.
you have a busy schedule, and we look forward to working with you all season with the Hawks. And we will definitely reach back out and see if
I
you
do.
come back on and talk with us. But Chris, you had another question. We
Yeah,
gonna
I
wrap it up.
just had one
Okay.
last thing for
One
Bob.
more question.
Bob, could you please just let people know about any projects you have coming up outside of the Atlanta Hawks, anything that you're involved in that you want the people to know or get it out there? Please, by all means, the floor is yours.
Sure. I just finished my summer basketball. I cover the basketball tournament, which is the $1 million winner take all tournament.
All
Just
right.
concluded last weekend on Fox. So that was a good 3-week run. Uh, but I don't really have anything coming up until Hawk season begins now. But
Well,
what I would encourage our fans to do is that we're going to have so many events coming up in the community. Make sure that you are dialed in to Hawks social media. I repost all of it, but make sure if you're
StreamYard.
I'm like at the worst time. Come on now.
and different things that we have between now and training camp. And then once the exhibition season begins and we got games coming back at State Farm Arena, preseason schedule will be out soon, regular season schedule will be out soon. Take advantage. You know, a lot of this stuff is open to the public, like our scrimmage at the arena and camp. I
Right.
think it's $5 donation to the Hawk Foundation to come on down and be a part of it. We want to interact with our fans. We want them there for everything that we do. And so make sure you dialed into social media and get first notification about what's coming up.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You heard it here, Hawks fans. Make sure y'all are tapped in and tapping in with everything that the Atlanta Hawks have going on. For us, Atlanta Hawks fans, to interact with the team, see these guys, man, it's going to be an exciting season. I'm telling you.
I want you
And
tuned in and turned on. That's what I
right,
want.
right. And the energy is just different in the city right now. When you
It
talk
is.
about the Hawks, the Falcons, I know the Braves having a tough season, but we still
Right.
gonna support those guys 100%.
Yep.
But
And we got to get our Falcons off to a good start.
right,
Yes,
right,
sir.
right, right, right.
Hey, the one thing fans, they ride the wave, and that's understandable. But when you talk to Hawks players, it's amazing how they root unabashedly for the Falcons, the Braves, Atlanta United, because they know how much it means to play here in front of these fans. And they
Facts.
want the best for everybody because they want them rooting for the Hawks. And so we're all in this together. We're all rooting for all of our teams. And yeah, Braves have had a tough summer, no doubt about it. And United's had probably a worse summer. But you know what? It happens. But the Hawks are on the rise. Falcons are on the rise. We're going to have a good fall and a good winter. Can't wait.
Hey, speak positivity. That's what I'm talking about.
That's
But
right.
like I said, Bob, man, thank you for coming through as always. We truly appreciate you. And me and Chris hope to see you at a Hawks game this fall, winter, or whenever it'll be, spring. We don't know. But we look
Let's
forward
play
to
till June.
Let's play till June, baby.
yeah,
I love
let's speak playoffs. Yeah, let's speak playoffs. Yeah, we hope to see you at a playoff game this year.
I
We're gonna
love
keep
it.
it positive. But Bob,
I
again, man,
love it.
thank you for coming through. We truly appreciate it.
Guys,
And
anytime.
we will see you soon, Bob.
Okay, pal.
Thank
Thank
you.
y'all.
All
Okay.
right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Yes, sir. Bob Rathbun, man, entering season number 30, but doing Hawks play-by-play, 16 years doing it with
Twan, what's up, man?
legendary Dominique Wilkins, man. What's good, Twan? Appreciate everybody coming through, showing their love. And you make sure you guys keep that notification bell ready because we're not done today. We still going to be having an interview / previewing the matchup between the Lions and the Falcons with 92.9 The Game's own Mike Johnson. So,
former Falcon offensive lineman Mike Johnson.
Yep, former Falcon as well. So, yes, sir, man. We got some stuff ahead for you guys.
So that'll be a little bit, probably about an hour and a half. We should have that for y'all. So make sure y'all stay tuned, man. We working on big things, man. Just keep getting these interviews in, man. Giving y'all an in-depth look at Atlanta sports, man, because we like to support the team. We like to support y'all and give y'all great content. So that's how we do it, man. We just, go for it. So hey, if you got anything else, man, we can go on and get out of here, man. If you got anything to say.
Hey, man, we'll see y'all in a minute. Peace.
Thanks. Hey, it don't get no simpler than that. Peace.
Yes, sir.